broadcast here on Rural Sports Live. We're coming to you live from Port Isabel, Texas. Class 4A softball and an old rivalry about to get rekindled as the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats have come to town to take on the Port Isabel Lady Tarpons. Kevin Aro alongside Coach Brett Esparza joining us here on the broadcast. Coach, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me. It's always, like I said, always good to be here. And this is one of my favorite rivalries, obviously, right? It's one of my favorite games to coach and be around. Happy to be here.
Away we go. Alyssa Gonzalez in the circle for the Port Isabel Lady Tarpons. Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Leading it off is Domo de Jesus. Batting second is Emma Serna. Ground ball to the third base side. Quickly one away. 5-3 put out. Abby Torres batting in the third hole. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot is Alexis Reiner. Batting fifth is Alyssa Selgetto. Batting sixth, Jalissa Salcedo. Batting seventh, Savannah Gonzalez. Batting eighth, Mallory Atkinson. And in the ninth spot is Alize Herrera. And that is the starting lineup for Coach Lizzie Esparza and her Lady Bobcats. The team coming in with a 7-0 district record. And really on paper, they've wrapped up the district title, but a win here tonight would not only pretty much seal the deal.
Right. I believe it's 3 losses by the number 2, 3, and 4. So a win here makes sure that they don't have to share, and that's kind of where we're at. Good. Hey, way to beat that thing out right there. Good job. Yeah. You want to get this in here. You don't have to share anything. I think no matter how you slice it, 2 losses or 3 losses here on out. They would share a piece of it, but they would have the 1 seed. But they don't want to share. They want to outright and be a part of all of that.
Infield single for Emma Serna, and this brings up Abby Torres. Torres, one of the seniors on this team, and that's been one of the mainstays for the Lady Bobcats throughout her 4 years.
Yeah, this team is loaded full of seniors and juniors that have contributed in big pieces since they stepped on, into the program, and so to continue to do so is something that is big.
Pitch misses for ball 1.
And I think as far as just kind of making sure that these next 2 games, PI and Rainville, she can kind of polish up what she needs to, getting ready for the playoffs and the playoff run, and trying to get the girls some last effort reps here. And that's kind of how you want to see this thing is, what can I do differently? How can I tweak and tinker things just to get the most out of the kids and what they're doing? And they haven't had Kelsey for a few weeks now. Who's been playing third and pitching in the first part of the district. She broke her thumb, so they've had to alter their lineup and do some different things defensively, and then and not miss the beat. So I'm real happy for them, and they played really, really well.
Abby Torres hits this one the other way. So back-to-back singles for Rio Hondo. Serna reached on an infield single. Torres gets aboard with a base hit the other way. This brings up Alexis Reiner batting in the cleanup spot. Let's meet the defense for the Lady Tarpons. Selena Merchant is the shortstop. Mary Jane Cantu is the second baseman. That's up the middle. Whitney Zolkazi is the starting catcher. Allison Gonzalez in the circle. Fires in a strike. Chelsea Gonzalez is at first. Alana Zimeno is the third baseman, the corners of the infield. No balls and a strike. Port Isabel coming in with a 4-3 district record. Reiner hits this one the other way.
That's gonna shut the fall. Let's get them all right here.
Sparza sending 1 run home. Torres they're sending her home. This could be 2, and it is. It's a 2-run triple for Alexis Reiner.
This is one of the toughest parks to play in with that wind. That wind blows off the coast. It's right in your face, and the way that ball hits it right, it kind of splinters that ball back into the corner right there. And that right fielder just didn't have enough reps of that ball pushing that way and kind of misjudged a little bit. But this is a tough place to play with that wind, the way it kind of cuts the ball off. You really can't be square on the ball to right center field. It's going to push it back towards the foul post. So tough place to play, and that's evident there in that hit.
Misses for ball one. So after the 2-run triple, Alyssa Selgetto comes to the plate. Athelina Cantu in right field, Lainey Puente in center, Aleo Rios in left. That's the starting defense for the Lady Tarpons. The 1-0, Selgetto hits this one the other way, scores another run. Infield single, it's 3-0 Rio Hondo.
They got something rolling, that's good. That's where they want to be on the road right here, is learn how to start fast. And a team that's notoriously waits and drives the pitch count and allows themselves to see plenty of pitches, but here being aggressive and getting after the pitcher in the first inning is something I know is in their game plan today.
Not only that, but every time Rio Hondo comes to Port Isabel, it's a toss-up just because of the element, and then because of the weather.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's a rivalry.
It's a rivalry, and no matter what happens in the last 4 or 5 years, it's always been a close game. The teams in the past that would dominate, most other teams would come here and struggle to find their footing. We've lost some close games here in the past, and we even lost here in 19 when Erica was the pitcher, and PI beat us, I think, by 1 or 2 with Erica in the circle. So it's always one of the things that they play up. Puerto Rico plays up to play Rio Hondo, and that's okay. And that so you find a way to get better and overcome those obstacles. But yeah, no, this is one of those games that Coach Wise has pumped his girls up all week to play, and they want to be the 2 seed. I think everybody in that 4 and 3 slot, Ravenville and La Feria and Port Isabel, all they want to get 2. You can't get 3 or 4 in advance, I'm afraid. The District 31 4A is just too tough. You have to be a 1 seed, and if anything else, a 2 seed. That's evident when Zapata's playoff history. I mean, they've always been a 2 seed and been able to turn that into a 2 or 3rd round appearance. And so you want to be 1 or 2. You can't afford to be 3 or 4. And the names like Cal Allen and TM alone, I mean, that's enough to eliminate you from the beginning.
Even Robstown's having a good year, and what we have the standings, and we'll break down that district. As a matter of fact, Alice is at Cal Allen tonight. That ball sliced the other way, fair ball. Esparza is going to send the runner Selgetto. It's going to be an RBI single and another run scored for the Lady Cats. It's 4-0. So for the 4A junkies out there, you're getting PI at Rio Hondo tonight, 2 playoff teams, and then just up the road, you're getting Alice at Cal Allen tonight as well. Not only that, but we'll go on later in this broadcast talking about what's going on at Dixieland Park.
Oh yeah, I passed by the other day on my way out of town, and that place was already buzzing. And I think it was 4:45, 5 o'clock, and the cars were lining up, and they were trying to figure out how they were gonna get all those people into one place at one time. So it's definitely gonna be a good one.
Mallory Atkinson
Good bunt right there,
lays down the bunt. Close play at first, gets her by a step for out number 3, but Rio Hondo strikes first. They score 4 midway through the first. You're watching Real Sports Live.
237 North Sam Houston in San Benito is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
And he throws it down.
Bottom of the first. 4 runs come across to score for the Lady Bobcats in the top of the inning. Let's meet the starting lineup For the Lady Tarpons, leading it off is Whitney Salkazi. Batting second, Mary Jane Cantu. Batting third, Allison Gonzalez. In the fourth spot, batting cleanup is Selena Marchand. Batting fifth, Chelsea Gonzalez. In the sixth hole is Alana Zimeno. Batting seventh, April Puente. She's the designated player. Batting eighth, Aaliyah Rios. And batting ninth is Lainey Puente. That's the starting lineup for Coach Dano Wise's team. Gray uniforms, blue pants.
Gets ahead right there. Ooh, a little high for that blue. That's where she wants to get started. Middle in, and then Domo's a crafty pitcher that likes to work out and away and down from you.
That pitch missing.
That's going to be the key for Port Isabel tonight is can they get to De Jesus and can they drive her pitch count up? They know that there's not anybody with Pizarro out. There's not a second punch as far as the 1-2 combination anymore. And so if you can get De Jesus off her game and knock her around a little bit, you might have a shot to get in this thing. But to Domo's credit, she's been good with Kelsey's absence, and they've always split starts. And so her getting more than the usual half games, it's been really good for her.
Up the middle for Rio Hondo, Abby Torres is the catcher. Domo de Jesus in the circle. Savannah Gonzalez in center field. That's up the middle.
Very good.
4-3 put out, one away.
That's been a big surprise for them this year is Alyssa Selgetto. She's been really, really good in the games that I've gotten to go see them, and very consistent fielder for them. And it was a big question mark going into the season is who's going to play second base. If she's going to be able to step up and do that, she played great volleyball this year. And with Reiner needing a home, who was going to win that spot and who was going to take over. But Jalyssa's been a staple there from the beginning and won the job, and has been really, really good. So she's been the piece to make that thing go. Her and Herrera, who will both be back next year.
Swing and a miss, a ball and a strike. Mary Jane Cantu, the batter. So Alexis Reiner at third, Alyssa Selgetto at first, Jalissa Saucedo at second, Alize Herrera at shortstop. And this entire infield, outside of both Torres and De Jesus, will be back next year.
Right. I think we had an idea that this class is very senior heavy. But in reality, the infield, as you see it now, will all be back. The outfield is the one that's a good catch right there by Atkinson. Great stop. But the outfield is the one that you're going to miss. You're going to miss the battery, right? Then you're going to miss the battery and pitcher catcher, and you're going to miss the outfield, who will all graduate. But that infield, who's getting better every game, will all be back. So the future is good. One of those girls has to pitch next year, either Sauceda or Reiner, but the nucleus that's there will be back. They'll have at least 4 or 5 girls that will come back next year to contribute.
So there's 2 away. Allison Gonzalez.
This
in
is
the
the matchup to watch right here, Kevin. I mean, if what happens with Jesus and Gonzalez and does Debbie as far as a pitch to her in big situations, that's where they're gonna to see how where the game can dictate what's going on. Because Allison's a great player. She can hit the ball just like you saw right there and help herself out. And can the Cats weather the storm of what she does? If we can get everybody else around her out, they'll be all right.
And we saw Allison earlier this summer, or not this summer, but this season, in the tournament at San Benito. She played a heck of a tournament.
This is the part of the line that from PI that scares you is that 3, 4, 5 with Allison and then her sister batting. He's actually on deck right now. They can hit the ball, and if you get the leadoff on, and you don't pitch around some of these kids and be smart with your pitch selection, they can hurt you. Ronnie needs to just settle down and pitch around this girl. They have a base open at first, and don't make the bleeding hurt. They got a 4-run lead. Be smart with their pitches. There you go.
Fouls this one off, a ball and a strike. Selena Marchand at the plate.
There's another good stop by Sauceda. He says what I'm talking about. That's a play that they've been having all year with the girls hitting the ball the other way, and and she's been good. She's been really, really good this year.
So we played one as we head to the second, 4-0 Lady Bobcats lead. You're watching Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition. And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Top of the second. 9-1-2, the order due up. Alize Herrera swinging on the first pitch. And Herrera's retired on one pitch. So back to the top of the lineup we go. Domo de Jesus digs in. She is 0 for 1. Five-3 put out number 2. Quickly, Coach, 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yeah, Gonzalez is having a much better inning. I think the thing they've been trying to do is keep the ball in on the Lady Cats and just make them either drive the ball up in the air, which what Rio Hondo wants to do is try to drive it up and out of the park and let this wind take advantage, or force the ball into the 6th hole and where the third baseman cut it off and have the shortstop playing good. But they need to make an adjustment and really sit back and weigh the pitch to get more on the ball. They get more on the ball and turn into a line drive and find this gap kind of where we're at here. They'll definitely adjust what she's doing.
No balls and a strike. Just missing outside to Emma Serna. She's 1 for 1 with an infield single. Part of that 4-run first. Here's the 1-1. And finds the river for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. So we know that PI will be in the playoffs. It's just a matter of whether they'll be the 2, the 3, the 4, because both them, Raymondville and La Feria, are all with 4-3 records. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez comes back with a strong inning and retires the side in order. Midway through the second, Rio Hondo leads. You're watching Real Sports Live.
And I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second. Lady Bobcats in the black uniforms. The code black written across the chest and selfless written on the back. It's been a mainstay for Rio Hondo to break out the unique uniforms, whether it was that bumblebee look or the all white.
The all white, and then the military throwback, the stealth looking uniform, the throwback uniform with the all gray with the stirrups. We were proud to bust out the stirrups. Well, we felt like we were the first ones to use stirrups. The girls did. They were fired up to bring back the visors, the traditional look that everybody was starting to get away from. I think at that time everybody was using the head wrap kind of thing, and they wanted to use the visors and really make a throwback uni and just keeping it fun for them and trying to put something different. You can only, I mean, everything says Rio Hondo, and you know, you don't want to not do that, but put your own spin on it. And so Code Black was something that they had put on there, and Fight to the End was the motto after 17. So they put that on the uniform, and then having the courage to continue was the motto for the all white. And so putting that on there was always something really, really cool for the girls. And they started doing that back in 2014. We kind of let them have some input in designing the uniform, and it just you know went crazy after that. And so it's always something different and new and fun for them to do.
Ball and 2 strikes. 5-6-7. The order due up. Chelsea Gonzalez leading the inning off for Port Isabel. For those that aren't familiar, what define the code black that's written on the front?
So code black is like the call for and it's an acronym. So believe in each other and believe in a team, loyalty to each other and you know your goal, attitude, commitment, and then kick butt, right? So that's the black in code black, and that's something that was there when I started coaching there in 2008. That was written on the walls in the old locker room, and Coach Greg Pena had played there in the 2000s and 98, 99. I think he graduated in 2000, and he coached with me there at Rio Hondo, and we brought that to the kids at that time, and it was something that he did as a player, and the kids really bought it. And it's in the new weight room now, and that they have there in Rio Hondo, and it's always nice to tie old tradition to new tradition, and something that worked for you in the past. If you got passion for it and that kind of thing, it's really good for the kids. And so we started doing that in football with Coach Pena was there back in 2008 when he was a position coach with me there, and before he moved on and to Carroll. And so we would do that with the kids and put it in the weight room. It was a big deal, and it just kind of grew from there. And kids after him, they loved it, and they say code black as part of the thing they do in the weight room. And so when I got going with trying to tie what we did with the boys into the girls program, we tried to mimic that, and so we didn't see a difference in what was doing. It's good for kids to lift weights at you know, as female athletes as well. So we made a goal to take all of our programs there when I was in Rio Hondo into the weight room, and part of the things that we would teach them is that to teach mental toughness and be committed to something. And so code black is something they use, and they would break it out with that. And this year I think it was so I think Erica's year, so that 19, they wanted to put that on the uni code black, and so they did. I think they did it in volleyball as well, and that's something that they really got behind. So it was really good for them to do that.
Showing off the range there is the shortstop. That's Alyssa Selgetto, and someone, Coach, when you had her for a half season really because of COVID,
right?
But you talk about the players that just have that it factor, that swag,
absolutely.
that bravado. She came in as a freshman, and she wasn't afraid to voice her opinion to the juniors and the seniors.
She was exactly if you could it's hard to teach kids that factor. That's some call it swag, some call it confidence. That it factor that turns your everyday athlete into an exceptional one. That drive. When she stepped onto the scene, she kind of dictated what she was going to play by her effort and her attitude and her edginess. And so it's like, man, she was exactly what we needed. She had future leader written all over, and she won that center field job for us last year, and was really a captain out there. And so this year, I knew we were gonna have to throw Kelsey and Domo a little bit more than we did in the years past with Erica and Nayeli. So you need a solid shortstop, and you can piece the other ones around. And before I had left, we had already had plans to put Alizé there. Lizette agreed with me, Mama agreed with me, and I mean, she's been there since. She was the best athlete to do that, and she provides that for her. She's super rangy, super athletic. She's everything you want in the shortstop. So she's really, really panned out. I'm happy it's done well for her.
Here's the 2-2, missing low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. April Puente, the 7th batter in the order, 2 up, 2 down for Domo de Jesus. And you look across the field, and you look at girls like Mallory, Savannah. They're all track girls. Alexis Reiner, Alizé, Emma. They're track girls. They're cheerleaders. Popped up over the outstretched glove of Herrera.
They're athletes.
They're athletes. That's right. And I'm thinking now that we think about it, and thinking about the teams in years past, this just might be the most athletic group that we've seen in some time. I mean, even Abby Torres plays tennis, plays basketball. Savannah, or you have a couple basketball players, Alexis Reiner.
They all play volleyball, except for Abby. They all played volleyball. Then they moved on to basketball. And I think Alyssa, Reiner, Abby T played basketball. And then the rest of them were in track and other things like that. I think Emma and Mallory are cheerleaders as well. I think maybe Alizé as well. So we just kind of all around involvement in sports. It's been good for them in this fall, and that's kind of why you see them peak later. Domos and Kelsey were more of the consistent 2-sport athletes. They played volleyball and softball, kind of what you see at a big school, most likely. But they're peaking at the right time. They're playing better ball as the season goes on. The first few games that I went to was starting to pull my hair out because it's hard for these kids to come off of. It's like a basketball. They didn't play their best basketball too late because it's hard to get going when you're coming off the volleyball court to play basketball and then you're doing it again without a consistent weight room and strength conditioning program. So it's tough. And right now the situation that we're in and that they're in without that being a staple in their program is tough. And so you see them kind of slowly put it together. But yeah, you're right. Very, very athletic. Kind of what the group that we were waiting on. We saw it when they were freshmen and sophomores that they were big pieces of the puzzle at that time because their athleticism just came out and they weren't really thinking about it. They just kind of played. And so yeah, no. And Jalissa's going to regionals Friday for golf. So I mean, just multi-sport kids that can get it done and yeah, that's who they've always been though. They were that in junior high. They kind of played everything. When they came to high school, we knew they were going to kind of play everything and they're excelling at stuff. I think Savannah's going to regionals in track, and I think so those type of things are in there for them.
So after the 2 up and 2 down, a base hit and an E5, Laney Puente's at the plate, runners on first and second. Here's the 0-2 from De Jesus trying to get out of the jam, and right now PI's got something cooking here in the bottom of the second. Bottom half of the order, Laney Puente is at the plate. They can flip this lineup over to Zolkazi and maybe put some, keep the line moving here for PI.
Right, this is a big out. You want to get them at 7. That way you get 8, 9, and Zolkazi at 1, and then you cut them there. You go 2, Allison 3, 4. That'll be the 4th inning, and you may not get them again until the 6th and not the 7th. You want to get Allison in this part of the lineup in the 6th and not the 7th, so they don't have a big push at the end of the game. So getting this out right here will be big towards that. You don't want to let them push the game around. There's a hit to Savannah. She should be able to have that.
Gonzalez on the run, makes the catch. De Jesus wiggles out of the jam. We head to the third, 4-0. You're watching Real Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Top of the third, 4-0 ball game here in Port Isabel, Texas. 6 o'clock ball game. I was anticipating this for a 6:30, 7 o'clock first pitch, but I guess both coaches agreed to roll the carpet out at 6.
Yeah, I think that's in their district plan. I mean, it's neither here nor there what we think. I think, but yeah, the whole idea of playing at 6 for all this whole district it's tough. I mean, it's hot and the Blues and that kind of thing. So we'll see.
3, 4, 5, middle of the order up for the Lady Bobcats. Abby Torres, first pitch outside for ball 1. It's kind of hard to believe that, Gonzalez in the circle, a senior, Torres at the plate, also a senior. It just feels like, just yesterday that these two girls were making their varsity debuts, and they kind of established themselves pretty early.
Oh, yeah, both of them were big pieces of their team early on. Abby was arguably our best hitter over the last 4 years, including this year. So, and Gonzalez as well, probably one of the best players, if not the best player on her team at the same time.
And it's a shame that Kelsey Pizzato's out with her thumb injury, because there's always that friendly rivalry with her and Allison. And I know when those two would go at it in the circle, it was always fun to watch. And for Allison, she asserted herself her sophomore year. That game you mentioned earlier, that PI won here back in, was it 2019, when Erica's senior year. Allison, just a sophomore, and she, like you mentioned, when she can get going, she's very good. Not only at the plate, but in the circle. She had a big role in that win 2 years ago.
Yeah, she really did. That was probably one of her best, or not, I think her best year overall. Here you go. That'll be extra base. Oh, foul ball. That was her best year of her career. I mean, I know her junior year, she was on a roll. She was pitching well. We saw her at the PI Los Fresnos tournament, and she was throwing well. But COVID happened, and so sophomore year was the year that she was not. She wouldn't hide no more. She wouldn't hide no more. So she was really, really good, and she's deserved the right to play the next level, and I'm happy for her. That's something that we always thought. She's that caliber of pitcher and athlete. So, but yeah, no, this is. It seems like just yesterday we were trying to get these youngsters to play in big games with other people holding the reins, and now they're in charge. It's kind of fun to watch.
Chopper back up the middle, and it's going to squeeze through. Dora's going to try and stretch this one into 2, and she does.
That's just what Rio Hondo needs. They need to try to keep extending this lead and slowly push the envelope to blow this thing open. That's something that. Sorry.
I was going to say leadoff double from Abby T on the split screen there. That's just hustle right there, because it looked as if out of the box it was going to be 1, but just the hustle from Torres, she stretched it into 2.
Yeah, once she saw the bobble here, she was able to she knew she was going to push for 2, and Mama was going to send her. She's super aggressive at first base, and she loves to dictate what she does on the base path.
Alexis Reiner at the plate. She too, she's only a junior, but it feels like she's been here for quite some time.
Oh yeah, she's been a big part of everything that's going on. She's she's always one of those little kids that's let's say late bloomer, but a late starter because of her time in basketball and her coming in. So she usually comes in about this time, about late March, early April, and then here she is. And by the time April comes around, she's putting the ball in play all over the place. And so that's just always been kind of her game.
And she played a big role her freshman year in the playoffs, kind of just broke out onto the scene. And it seems like not only for Rio Hondo, but it seems like there's always that postseason hero that just comes out of nowhere. Not, like I said, for every team. And I know some of the names for Rio Hondo in the past was, start with at least with this class, Alexis Reiner was that one when she was a freshman the following year. Savannah Gonzalez had a big postseason.
Yeah, Savannah had the walk-off against OG and played good all the way through. She played good against Pearsall and and against Senton. She was big in both those games. But yeah, Alyssa Selgetto had a double against Fredericksburg that put us ahead in one of those games. So it just all major contributors in their own right at different points in time that you needed them to.
This one hit the other way. Good piece of hitting from Selgetto. Esparza sending the runner home is Abby Torres. RBI single for Alyssa Selgetto.
And it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not a murderer's row and we're gonna hit a whole bunch of home runs. Even though they've had I think they're at 7 or 8 on the season. They're gonna hit the ball out of the park if they can, but at the same time, they're able to do that right there, and it just kind of bleeds you one base hit at a time, and smart base running keeps them on, and you can't get them out, and that's very, very frustrating from the circle.
Good eye, not the chase from Jalissa Salcedo. Ball and no strikes. Salcedo 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Selgetto aboard on first after the RBI single.
This is the part of the order that they need to strengthen, or these, Jalissa's had some big games with some big hits, and she's been some games where she's struggled at early, and so this is the part of the lineup that you want to watch out for if you look for Rio Hondo. This is the Jalissa to Mallory. Savannah's after her, but Jalissa, Savannah, Mallory, and Alize. So those are the part that you really want to see what if they can get it going, that's when they're their best.
Pops this one back. A ball and 2 strikes. Savannah Gonzalez in the on-deck circle.
and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
touchdown!
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown!
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown!
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD. Excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown!
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-sized cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th inning.
It's a big out for them right there. They can keep Torres off base. That kind of does what they do with Alice. And if you can keep her off base, you can really limit the damage of what's going on.
Quickly, there's one away. Abby Torres retired for the first time this evening. Again, swinging on the first pitch. Low throw. Reiner safe at first on the E6. One out in the inning. Alyssa Selgetto comes to the plate. She's 2 for 2. In there for strike one, no balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Unsure. She seems unsure of herself. She's got 2 home runs on the year. She had a home run again on Tuesday. We'd like to see her a little bit more confidence in what's going on. There you go. A more aggressive swing from her right there.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that wind's going to kick it foul.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Quick inning for her so far, 2 outs, and Salcedo coming up. This is what PI's been able to make a living on right here. Those take that first run away from Gonzalez, and they're winning the ball game. And so she's done a good job of adjusting and keeping the ball down and away from them, and not giving so much over the plate to the heart of the order. That's a big hit by Salcedo right there.
going to be first and third for the Lady Cats. Ball down the first base side from Salcedo. Savannah Gonzalez now comes to the plate.
Big moment for Gonzalez. We'd like to see her do something right here with this opportunity to give her team another one of those runs back with 2 outs. One of those moments that, as a senior, you want to see her take it into her own and get it done.
Strike one. Salcedo takes second base. Second and third with 2 outs. That one shoots foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 0-2 on the way from Gonzalez. And she spins it home. Picked on the third base side, over to first. 5-3 put out. More good pitching.
The opportunity, yep. Good pitching by Gonzalez. Stymies the threat right there.
Midway through the 5th. 5-2, you're watching Rio Sports Live.
And would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a
Welcome back, bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1-2, the order due up for Port Isabel, and they're right back. They're right in this ball game. It's a 3-run game in the 5th. Right now, you want to get your leadoff runner on, flip the lineup over. Maybe you can get something cooking here in the 5th. Fuente fouls that one back. She's 0 for 1. Harlingen currently up 5-0 in the top of the 2nd. That game going on at Keys Academy.
That's what you like to see. You like to see them both win enough games to give themselves a chance to play their way in. Both those teams are very deserving in San Benito and Harlingen. Give themselves a chance to play their way in and let the kids earn it out there. And that one will be an epic one. To get Sammy and Harlingen to fall on their way into the playoffs in a 4 seed. It'll be a huge game, huge game. This is the part of the game where we knew was key for Port Isabel. If they can get De Jesus to start, tinkering with their stuff and being a little bit inconsistent, which you're kind of seeing right now. That was an out that which I know she wished she'd have had, because you want to have at least one out with the leadoff coming over, and really get this lineup off the field to ensure that you get Gonzalez and company in the sixth. And so this has all the recipe for being something not great.
First pitch in for strike one. So back to the top of the order, Whitney Solkazi digs into the box. Pops this one up. Selgetto moving to her left.
Big out for the Cats right there. Big out.
Makes the catch. One down in the inning. Mary Jane Cantu will come to the plate. Chopper picked by De Jesus. Over to first. She could have looked two, but she took the for sure out at first. Not the worst play in the world. Just getting the for sure out.
They need to get Gonzalez out right here, or they will see her again. Put her on. Put her on. Yeah, they're gonna put her on and keep the force.
They're going to intentionally walk Gonzalez. Runners on first and second. Selena Marchand now comes to the plate. Hard hit ball hit into the outfield.
And that's exactly what they wanted right there. Nobody's hurt on that. You have the same situation, and now you see if the younger Gonzalez can make something happen here. But that's what the Esparza's gambling on, is that Gonzalez getting a double scores your run. Anybody else in that lineup probably wouldn't get a double on something, so let's play off of that and get it done. But that's how big that leadoff on was for them. And the Cats can back up, play defense, and go to any base.
So the bases are loaded. First pitch misses high and tight for ball one. Ball and no strikes. Chelsea Gonzalez at the plate. Big spot here for Port Isabel. Gets a piece of that one. It goes foul. A ball and a strike. Bottom of the fifth.
One of these pitcher-batter matchups that you'll go back and it could alter the game. You know, it's like just as big as Gonzalez was the last inning. You know, where 2 on and 2 out, and you want her to get something done. This is how big this part of it is right here.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Oh, big pitch.
Called strike 3. Gets her looking. PI is going to strand the bases loaded, and when this one's over with, we might go back to this 5th inning.
That's right.
And circle it. So we head to the 6th, 5-2. Rio Hondo leads. You're watching Real Sports Live.
We are HCISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws.
Welcome back. Top of the sixth, Mallory Atkinson leading it off. Pitch outside for ball one.
Yeah, that inning right there was pivotal on both sides. The Rio Hondo stranded 2 and PI stranded 3, and we'll go back and look and see what we looked at was a missed opportunity by Rio Hondo. Actually, was a bigger missed opportunity by PI.
2 balls, no strikes to Atkinson, the starting right fielder. She's 0 for 2. The 2-0 showing bunt. Was able to pull back for ball 3.
And that's where you think, not pitching to Gonzalez paid off. Even though you gave up a hit right after that, she wasn't able to hurt you, and then you're able to get the younger Gonzalez out, and everybody lived to play another day.
Ball 4. Atkinson draws the leadoff walk. Alyssa Selgetto now comes to the plate. We were talking about the standings and what could be Class 6A, and let's check on what's going on just north of here. That one's popped up foul. So Cal Allen currently in first place heading into tonight with an 8-0 record. Toloso Midway 6-2, Robstown 4-4, and Alice and Zapata both 3-5, fighting for that 4th spot. All these games heading into tonight's action, and again, Alice is at Cal Allen tonight. We've had a chance to see Cal Allen quite a few times this year, and that's a very good softball team.
They are as advertised. That's one to circle. If Rio Hondo's fortunate enough to get to the 3rd, that will be the matchup, is Cal Allen and Rio Hondo. But yeah, no, that's definitely one that you're looking at is, can it get done? There's the track effect right there. Oh, nobody there? Hey. There's that. We talked about track earlier. There's the track effect right there from Alyssa, and that's something that they worked on, knowing they had the athleticism all the way around. Is can the girls put the ball in play and do different things? They've tinkered with the slap idea and the butt principle, but putting the ball down and being able to run things out is vital. You'd like for it to maybe steal a base here, knowing the catcher's got to throw into the wind. You don't want to take a pitch and try to force one in. Really missed opportunity and a base running error by the Cats.
Back to the top of the lineup, Domo de Jesus 0 for 3 tonight. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Herrera aboard on first. Here's the 0-1 from Gonzalez. Spins it home. Sliced the other way.
To fall. Oh.
2 away. And a good catch from Cantu, showing off the range for out number 2, and Herrera had to quickly get back to the bag. Now Emma Serna comes to the plate with 2 away. Right now, Rio Hondo wouldn't mind some insurance runs if they can move Alyssa over and get Torres to the plate.
There's the shot you want to take right there. Good. Like the aggressiveness in that. If you don't get her in a scoring position, nothing really can happen. And now you have a situation where you can maybe get something in insurance, or if not, you're going to work your way into at least pressure, right? Pressure situation.
Pitch misses for a ball. Head out of second. 1-0, hit foul, a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1.
Good contact. Just late on the ball, getting it around. Gonzalez is coming inside and probably a little screw or something, a little movement inside, and Torres is able to get her barrel and clear it out of it, forcing her to splinter it off. Watch out, Gonzalez to go away here or something soft.
And she went to the screwball, gets the strikeout. Midway through the 6th, Gonzalez gets the strikeout. 5-2, Rio Hondo leads. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Ro Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Alana Zimeno swinging on the first pitch. There to make the catch. And just like that, there's one away. So quickly, there's one out. April Puente now the batter. She is 1 for 2 tonight. De Jesus spins and delivers. That pitch high for ball 1.
She hasn't quite had her best stuff tonight. The ball seems to be, not moving as much as she'd like it to. She's a little bit more crafty and can get that ball to dance a little bit more than it is. But good enough to get it done right there.
Evens the count. Ball and a strike. Puente 1 for 2. Aaliyah Rios in the on-deck circle. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Oh, gets her to chase there. A good pitch from De Jesus. Now, both these pitchers, I mean, she allowed 5 runs so far. It was that 4-run first, but Gonzalez and De Jesus have been locked in.
That's right. No, very good job by both of them staying committed. Once they had to give up what they had to give up, but they pretty much kept their team in striking distance or ahead in each right, and been a good matchup. Good matchup.
So De Jesus gets the strikeout. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. The home plate umpire to do some house cleaning. Aaliyah Rios comes to the plate 0 for 1. Reached on an error in the 2nd inning, then grounded out on a 6-3 put out in the 4th. Is this the best we've seen De Jesus in the circle?
She was pretty good against the Ferry the other day, yeah, she was pretty good against the Ferry. A little more dominant than she is right now against the Ferry. But no, the moments are there, and you gotta believe she's not quite had her best stuff, but good enough to tough it out and lead her group.
Rios gets a board on a 2-out single. Laney Puente, the 9th batter, looking to keep the line moving.
But that hit right there, all that hit did was make you see Gonzalez in the 7th. And I know that's something that she was in position the last couple innings. That's why I said she hasn't been quite her best, because I know she knows better. I know that they talk about it in that dugout over there about where you see batters again and how big those moments are, and how you need to win those moments. But so her giving up that base hit with 2 outs like that ensures she's going to see Gonzalez again. And I know that's something that she doesn't want. I know they don't want. So, you really would think that she needs to tighten up here and get tough and show some teeth, show some grit right here and get it done.
Well, there's something we haven't heard in a few years. Talk about a cameo there. That's in there for strike 2. It's been 4 years.
Show some teeth.
It doesn't feel like it, but when you think about it, it's been a while.
It has. That's the old adage to get some ferociousness and some fierceness, to remind you that you are tough, right? Just to remind the other team that you are tough, right? Whatever it takes to, whether it's swag or bravado or whatever you want to call it, mental toughness, to remind yourself that you are tough, that you have earned this. You need to win. Oh, ball, way to kill that thing dead like that. That's a very good play. Smart play right there. Probably the only play she had, good
yeah,
play.
that's just, those are just 2 seniors right there knowing the situation.
Right.
Both Torres and De Jesus, and just kind of just watching that ball tightrope the chalk foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away to Laney Puente. Solkazi waits in the on-deck circle here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2 popped up foul. So the count sticks at 2-2, and so Rio Hondo just about officially has clinched this district.
Right, for all intents and purposes, they'll at least have a share and the seed. At this point, I think it's just more about the pride of to say they beat BI or to stay undefeated. That's something I know that I don't really thought they had talked about too much, and still try not to talk about a lot, but I know they know that we've never had a team they've never had a team, go undefeated. So to get that down would be very, very special.
Swing and a miss. De Jesus gets the strikeout.
Big out. Good job, Baron.
We head to the 7th. Rio Hondo leads. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live, Port Isabel High School, top of the 7th. And away we go. Gonzalez fires away. It's high and tight for ball 1 to the senior Abby Torres. 2 for 3 on the night so far, 2 runs scored.
This matchup has proved as pivotal as De Jesus versus Gonzalez. If the innings that Torres has not been a factor, it was the 5th, Rio Hondo didn't score. We're in the 3rd. They end up attacking someone in the 1st. She's part of the big run first. So if you can avoid getting her, avoid the big bloodshed from her or her getting on. Remember, she's the one that stretch that, or on the air, turn that single into a double. You're going to be okay. So that's I'm sure that's how Coach Wise is taking it. Is he's got to make sure he gets Torres out and go from there.
The 2-1, spins it home. Finds the river for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Torres pops this one up the other way.
Oh, good.
Top of the dugout.
Staying alive right there. Thought you were going to struggle with that one right there. She manages to stay alive. The ball keeps pushing foul and see if she can take advantage of that right there.
The 2-2. Torres fouls that one back.
I think Gonzalez is on to something. That's 2 pitches in a row that rode in on her hands, and when she gets the ball in on Torres, she's been able to not enable her and get her barrel around. Good adjustment by Gonzalez and Wise.
The 2-2. Torres hits this one right in front of us.
Port Isabel breeze kept that one in the park, brother. That was that was smoked this way, and as the breeze kind of came upon us, the ball kind of ran out of juice there.
Out number 1, Torres retired.
Yeah, she got every bit of that one, and that breeze, that southeastern breeze, kept that one in big time.
Alexis Reiner comes to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Slaps this one the other way.
Ooh,
that one just foul.
Right
that had extra bases written all over it. Here's the 0-1. Pitch outside.
Good job staying disciplined there. That's been the out pitch for Gonzalez, keeping them Hondo hitters at bay.
Fouls that one back, a ball and 2 strikes.
They've done a good job all game of mixing up combinations and not staying with the same consistent series of pitches, and they've done a really good job.
Another strikeout for Gonzalez. There's 2 away. Reiner goes down swinging. Alyssa Selgetto now comes to the plate. Pitch missing for ball one. In there for a strike, ball and a strike. Selgetto 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored, 2 RBIs and 2 singles. Gets a piece of that one foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Alyssa Selgetto waiting in the on-deck circle. 2 up, 2 down for Gonzalez. Spins home the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Midway through the 7th, last shot for Port Isabel. Bottom of the 7th coming up. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Hi, I'm Rolly Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Top of the lineup due up for Port Isabel. Whitney Zelkazi to lead it off. Last shot for the Lady Tarpons. They trail by 3. In the dirt.
This is the scenario they wanted. This is what PI needs or believes they would need to get the at least the 3 that they need to stay in this thing, or possibly to go ahead and run here and win the ball game.
The 1-0 slice foul. Zelkazi 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a run scored in the 3rd. Both runs coming in the 3rd inning for Port Isabel. The 1-1 shot the other way.
It's a big out for them to get it started.
Mallory Atkinson collects it for out number 1 on the F9. Mary Jane Ganthu comes to the plate. So you have Feria, Raymondville, and Port Isabel all 4 and 3. Trying to figure out who's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 in the district.
I think you're still going to have a play-in game situation with the bottom half because Feria and Rainbow have already played. That's what made them all 4 and 3. Look at that, Mallory Atkinson again. So made them all 4 and 3 was Rainbow beating LaFeria. So the only games that are really left, if you think about it, is Rainbow's got to play Rio Hondo, but they've all played each other already. PI's already played Rainbow and beat them, so they have a split. LaFeria and Rainbow have a split, and LaFeria and PI is the last game of the year. So if they force a split there, now I mean you're looking at a major coin flip situation. You know what I mean? Where I would, where you might want to, I would play it out, but how do you play 2 games in a little round robin with the other district waiting on you? It's kind of tough. So, best of luck to them. But that's a really tough stretch down the end. Just because the district is so top heavy, you're not really sure how it rounded out.
Gonzalez there to make the catch, and a clean 1-2-3 inning for Domo de Jesus and the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. That's a final score. Rio Hondo improves to 8-0 in district play. Port Isabel falls back to the 500 mark with a 4-4 record. An hour and 37 minutes.
Nice, quick and easy. Right?
That's probably the quickest game.
And that's the 7th district championship in a row, officially. 7th in a row. They can't share it anymore. So I'm real proud of that group. That's an awesome accomplishment. I know we thought 7 would be last year. COVID took it away. So to get it again and keep the legacy, I'm proud of Lizette and Mama and all the girls and the group for keeping that thing going. They did an outstanding job.
It was really a 4-run first inning that helped make the difference in this ball game because Rio Hondo scored 1 more run in the 3rd, and then 2 runs in the 3rd for Port Isabel. Outside of that, it was pretty good pitching from both Domo de Jesus and Allison Gonzalez. And
when they needed it the most. I mean, Allison had a big inning when Rio Hondo had 2 on and 2 out, and a couple times, and she pitched her way out of it and got out of it, and then Domo went bases loaded with 2 outs and had a big strikeout there. And was able to get herself out of it. So, yeah, you're right. Big pitching from all of them in big situations. So, excellent job.
Yeah, they left 7 runners on, 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. So, left a couple runners on, but that first inning kind of really set the tone in this ball game. Gave de Jesus enough time to get some confidence. And she kind of rode that first inning, rode the wave. So before we wrap things up, Coach, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I can't wait to see how the rest of these districts play out, including this one. And like we talked about earlier with 32-6A and 31-6A. And we're getting to the most exciting part of the year, right, where dreams happen. So it's always my favorite time of the year. I know that the girls all kind of feel the same way across the valley. And boys in the baseball thing is where in any given day and the right set of events, the right set of luck, you can make history. So best of luck to everybody. Get ready to gear up for the playoffs.
Again, the final score here from Port Isabel. Rio Hondo picks up the win, 5-2, officially clinching their 7th straight district title with a 5-2 win at Port Isabel. Coach Esparza, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thanks for having me anytime.
On behalf of myself, Kevin Arrow, Joe Bowling, and everyone at Rio Sports